we're going to tell you a story about an iconic explorer in Newfoundland's history and the ship he sailed across the Atlantic. It made landfall right here where history meets wild coastline. We take out our new wheels to explore the land, meet the wildlife, and got a little more than we bargained for. We'll reveal the best spot to see puffins up close, right next to them. Then we set off on our most anticipated passage yet.
A very ambitious passage.
Dodging icebergs along the way, and landfall didn't look how we imagined. This one's full of surprises. Let's go. If you're a familiar face here, welcome back. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you joined us in last week's episode, you know that we had a stunning sail to reach our last stop in Canada before we cross over to Greenland. This is Bonavista. When we came in, we originally pulled up to the big wharf there, because that's the only spot that was available. It was quite full and it was blowing like 18 to 20 knots when we came in. We got ourselves situated for the night, but noticed that a bunch of dirt was blowing off from the road there onto the boat. And this spot freed up in the morning, so we just moved over. And now we're gonna go for a little bike ride to explore. These are some pre-loved bikes that we found when we were in St. John's.
Just figured where we were gonna go for the next few years. Having some actual mountain bikes will be able to get us a little further from the boat and explore some cool areas.
If you recall from our earlier episodes, we left Toronto 5 years ago with Travis's BMX, which he still has because it's his baby and he'll never let it go.
Never.
And I had a little foldable bike which had rusted away like completely. I had the one gear and the chain kept popping off. It was just falling apart. We gave that away when we were in Virginia. We also had 2 electric bikes when we were in Florida, which really helped us out to get around and everything, but we couldn't fit them on Jibsea 2. Like they were just too massive, too heavy. We had no bikes for a little while, and now we've got 2 mountain bikes, which I think will do us good. We found the space for them in the aft cabins.
Yeah, we just have to take off the front wheels and they actually fit in the aft cabin. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just being delicate getting them down so the pedals don't scratch everything up, but other than that, it's gonna be our first ride. Hopefully they don't let us down.
Bonavista is a small town at the northeastern tip of Newfoundland, with a population of just over 3,000. These white buildings are one of the most recognizable sites in Bonavista. They're part of the Ryan Premises, a national historic site that was once the headquarters of a major fish exporting business in the 1800s. Today, they've been restored and hold museum exhibits, and others are local shops. The streets are lined with traditional wooden homes, and from above, you can see how the town stretches along the coastline. Open, quiet, and surrounded by the ocean. A little outside of the main area, we found these old CN rail cars, relics from the Newfoundland Railway, which operated from the 1890s until it shut down in 1988. It was expensive to run, and freight had mostly moved to trucks. Highways made buses more practical. In the end, the railway just couldn't compete with the roads. Bicycle Picnics Cafe. Seems fitting.
Yeah, I forgot. Yours can go way forward.
Yeah, it's a little bit big for me.
Yeah, I can go another like inch forward on this seat.
We had to cut the seat down because I couldn't even get
posts.
on. We're gonna have to cut the handlebars a little bit.
It was a bit big for you. Best we could find at the last, like literally last minute, was the night before we were leaving.
One thing we always look for in towns like this is a cute coffee shop. There's something about small town cafes.
You're a gaffer souk who is tight on scratch. Who sometimes is stunned as me arse.
I don't know what any of that means. Well, you're a scallywag, and all you do is cack. But it's okay. I'll keel haul you later. But don't worry, it's all caper. It's all a caper.
You got that on one page?
Yeah.
A
Hold on.
scallywag's like a foolish person, right?
Mischievous or rascally person. Okay, Wignut, we better scud.
Okay, let's go. This coffee's kicked in.
All right, let's go.
Onwards.
You mozzie old bastard. It's a term of endearment.
Oh.
Or insult,
Or
depending
insult.
on the context. So you figure that one out.
You feel like summer days to me, warm, tender, sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know your history. Oh, come what may, I'm ready. Picture frames, lavender paint.
I can't take you anywhere.
I knew those petals, like they're sharp, and I tried to put my leg over, and then it slipped down, and it just freaking cut so hard.
Yeah, she just had to put her shit on that very, very gently.
No, it's so gross. If I see white under the skin, I'm done.
'Tis a minor flesh wound.
No, it's gross, Bert. Look at all the blood, man.
It's like a decent one. Your skin's weak.
It's so gross. So gross.
I introduced you to one thing. Hiking. She breaks a leg. Mountain biking. Big scar.
But it's...
We'll get you some plastic petals, but I'm gonna take the middle one out.
Should wear pants.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you more protection. Shin guards. We'll just butterfly bandage it, and then you'll be fine.
I feel like
It'll be
it's so
okay.
deep, it needs stitches.
Oh, you wanna go get stitches?
No.
Yeah, that's a butterfly bandage is fine. Shin stuff like that. We just have to keep like the compression on it.
I have one. Shoot, I don't even have a band-aid because I took my other thing out. I had bandages in my backpack, but I took out. Travis like, do you need to bring your whole wallet? And I was like, yeah, I have emergency band-aids in there for exactly this. And then of course the one time I don't bring it, guess who needs a band-aid? Band-aid's been sitting in there for a year.
Well, do you want to stay here and I'll ride back to the boat to get some stuff?
Okay. That was fast.
Yeah, I'm like bolt.
You just asked a truck over there?
Yeah, I was around that corner. There's a couple in a vehicle. So I got some tape and a little bit of gauze.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, and some.
That other people are prepared.
Well, I forgot who I'm with.
What, a normal person?
Yep.
I can't, I'll die. Oh my God, no, Travis, no, please. Ah! Please don't scrape, that is not like Charmin. That's like...
I'm not scraping anywhere on it.
Okay.
I'm like away. I'm
Okay,
to the side.
just remember, it's a rough paper towel. Oh my God, and okay, Beth. What?
Gotta toughen you up.
All patched up. It started raining anyway, so we came back and... What are you doing? Shin killers?
Yeah, we're gonna just take out the middle pin for now, because that's usually the one that gets you the worst.
Yep, well, yeah, you took this one out.
Usually
They're
the one that
good.
gets
They're
you.
good grip. It's just, you know.
Yeah, it's what you need, but you're not.
Not what, Bear?
You're a new mountain biker, so like.
I wasn't even doing anything. I was just stepping, and it just, you know, it could
I know.
happen to anybody.
That's why you get rid of that one, and then if you ever. But we're gonna get you plastic pedals when we can find some, because
The culprits.
you have very weak skin. That thing just whispered by your leg.
I put all my body weight on the one pedal to get momentum to start going on the gravel.
We're gonna get you some shin pads, because I know this is a common thing for you for sure.
Because it was for you.
Yeah, it was for me. That was like my leg most of my life.
Yeah.
Then it toughened
Look
down
at
my
those things.
skin.
It's all scar tissue there.
If I shaved this hair off, my legs look insane. There's a million scars.
My legs are getting close.
One thing you learn quick in Newfoundland is that the weather changes fast. It can go from sunny to foggy to raining sideways all in the same afternoon. You'll be wearing a t-shirt 1 minute and digging out a jacket in layers the next. Locals always say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. We took the opportunity on this rainy and exceptionally windy day to check out the Matthew Legacy, located right behind us down the dock.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That guy's drum just...
The story begins in the late 1400s when John Cabot, or Giovanni Caboto as he was known in Italy, made his way to England with a bold idea. He was convinced there was a faster way to reach Asia. At the time, Portugal was sending ships around Africa to reach Asia, but Cabot believed he could beat them by taking a shorter route straight across the ocean. He pitched the idea in England and eventually got support from King Henry VII to make the journey. In 1497, he set sail from Bristol aboard the Matthew, a small wooden ship with a crew of just 18 men.
So it gotta be like 20 pounds.
Sounding lead.
Sounding lead. But they used to put wax right here. So when it hit the floor bottom, the seabed, if it collected rocks, sand,
Shells.
shells, or whatever, it would stick to the wax, and then you'd know what the floor bed is. That's cool.
You could tell if the anchor was going to hold. And it also does depth, right? It measures water depth.
Yeah, depth and what the bottom is.
After weeks at sea, they made landfall on the coast of what is now Newfoundland, one of the first known European landings in North America since the Vikings. Today, this full-scale replica in Bonavista celebrates that moment and the risks Cabot took to explore the unknown. For his discovery of Newfoundland, he was rewarded $25. We encountered John Cabot himself and two key members of his crew, his first mate, who helped navigate the unknown waters, and the ship's carpenter, probably the most important guy when things broke mid-voyage.
Yeah, you might be right. I think we gotta head a little bit more west. Or northwest, maybe. What do you think? Yep, you concur.
They made the clearance like 5'6", they said. Because people were shorter.
On June 24, 1997, the replica of John Cabot's ship arrived in Bonavista to mark 500 years since Cabot's original landing. The ship had sailed from Bristol, England, retracing the route across the Atlantic, and the arrival was a huge moment. Queen Elizabeth II and Prime Minister Jean Chrétien were both here for the celebration, along with thousands of visitors.
John Cabot crossed the Atlantic Ocean from England, hoping to find the Western Passage to Asia. Instead, he sighted this very coastline, a new land.
Made it back out for a bike ride. We got you all bandaged up.
Yeah, we put, where is it?
Oh yeah, when you're riding. We got these little pads we put on our legs now. Just for some added protection.
And it's
Peace of mind.
It's a nicer day out today too, so I don't know, it's nice. A little pit stop for some poutine, of course.
Of course.
It's not cheese curds though, just shredded cheese, but that's okay.
But it is loaded with gravy. Absolutely love these bikes now that we can just get out a little further. And we're like, I think probably 10 kilometers or so. A good little investment.
Yeah, we'll get to see a lot more.
The Bonavista Lighthouse sits at the tip of the peninsula, and the views out here are unreal. Just offshore, there's a small rocky island, and if you look closely, it's covered in birds. Most people come hoping to see puffins, and sure enough, that's what we found. those tiny orange-beaked seabirds mixed with gulls and other birds. Once you spot them, it's hard to stop watching. The island looks like it's moving. There are so many of them. You'll see photographers with giant lenses lined up trying to get that perfect shot.
Just tell me I belong.
But here's the wild part. Just to the right of the lighthouse, past where most people stop looking, we found the spot.
That I'm the lucky one.
A tucked away cliff where puffins were landing just a few feet away from us. No zoom lens needed. It was so special to be this close to them. We don't know when we'll experience this again. Just us and the puffins hanging out on the edge of the Atlantic. We probably could have sat here for hours just watching them.
We're just trying to figure out how to get off the dock because we are getting blown onto the dock, which is our port side, and that's the way we prop walk. We don't have bow thrusters. So our first test is going to be,
Here, hold this.
right, so we've got a line here from the stern that's tied, and then move forward because there's nobody ahead of us and we're on the end of the dock here. And then Travis is going to put us in reverse, and hopefully punching it into reverse will swing our bow out to starboard, and then we can clear the dock here. Careful pushing.
Okay. Go at the back. So the hard part is, when I move forward, you gotta just rip that line out of there by pulling that one. But if you can't rip it out, let it go, and if I'm going enough, it'll just yank out of there, and then you'll just have to pick it out of the water as quick as you can.
I just don't want it to get caught in the prop.
If we're moving forward.
All right.
This is a very sort of diverse route. Like, we waited about 2 weeks to just for this weather window, so I hope it plays. I hope it's what it says it's going to be. But it's a very diverse. There's downwind, upwind, could be crazy winds.
Maybe some motoring.
Maybe yes, motoring. It's like everything, because there's this. The weather up here is like nothing else. It can be quite crazy or it can be quite calm. So that's what makes it a very ambitious passage. But right now it's going good. I feel good. You know, we got the boat for it, and yeah, we're as prepared as we could ever be.
For some of you who may be newer to our channel, we bought Jibsea 2, which is a custom, like one-off, all aluminum expedition sailboat, because we fell in love with Northern Europe when we went there 2 years ago now, maybe 2.5. And this boat is meant to take us to those northern latitudes, and that's where we're heading. We wanted to take the old Viking route back to Europe, so from Newfoundland, we are headed up to Greenland, Iceland, and then the Faroe Islands. And today is day 1. Gorgeous day, small sea state, 15 knots of apparent wind on the beam, and we're off to a good start.
Although We did forget one thing, I guess. And met these other cruisers on a dock yesterday that were trying to find an ice pole, and I never even thought about an ice pole. So we don't have an ice pole. I feel like we're lacking on that part, but hopefully we don't need to use it.
Yeah, an ice pole is so that you can go to the bow of the boat and essentially push off any birdie bits that are floating in front of you. If you're entering an anchorage, just like clear the way for you. And we did have this extremely long like boat pole on the boat that came on this boat, and we were like, what are we ever gonna need a super long pole for? So we just put it on the other boat, on Jibsea 1, before we sold her. Now we're kind of regretting leaving it, because that would have been a great pole because it had the length for it. I don't know, maybe we can just use one of our boat poles.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. Hopefully we don't need it again, like Travis said.
So I'm actually super impressed with these fenders. They had to build some confidence with me in the beginning, but after the last few weeks on the docks that we've been on, these things are awesome. So
Yeah, because they're inflatable, so they deflate to nothing for storage.
yeah, they fold into nothing, and they're super strong. Like, they've been rubbing hard against the dock for the last 2 weeks. We've just been fully on them, just rubbing hard, and they're like, not a scratch, nothing. So, happy.
A day into our voyage, updated weather forecasted that nasty conditions would be arriving sooner than when we had first left, making for potentially dangerous conditions upon our approach and arrival into Greenland.
And we seem to find common ground. Guess everyone's got their own sound.
All right, I'm letting go.
Pretty much didn't make a whole lot of it.
Very light. Massive. It looks like there's a boat in front of it.
That is our first iceberg showing up on the radar.
Oh, I want to go over to it. How far is it?
5 nautical miles of a detour.
Right there is a mountain-sized iceberg. Guys, we made it to Greenland. I thought it was going to be rockier than that. No, we didn't make it to Greenland.
No, that was our plan when we departed Bonavista. But upon the next weather update, it looked like we weren't going to arrive in Kakartok before a nasty system rolled through. Like, it was going to be gale to storm force winds.
Yeah, it was gonna be up to 50 knot winds. This low pressure came in a lot quicker than we were expecting, so
We did not want to be entering Greenland, those sort of conditions.
Yeah, we got like a day out and then realized that was just not gonna happen. But luckily, we still had head north, which St. Anthony, where we are now, the top of Newfoundland, is north. So we just kind of had to make a hard left and head here.
So we'll spend a day here, which is fine because we did want to check out St. Anthony's, and we love Newfoundland, so it's nice to be able to see one more place before we leave. Also shave a day off of our passage to Greenland, because it would have been about 5 from Bonavista, and from here it should be about 4.
4 and a bit.
So yeah,
Only took us 2 days to get here, but
not mad about it.
No, so that's okay, and I think I'll feel better with
getting there in motoring conditions, just with icebergs and bergy bits, it just makes sense than having 50 knot winds and being absolutely terrified. So
Speaking of diesel, we did have to motor sail for a little bit from Bonavista to here. And we didn't want to do that because we had topped off all our diesel before leaving Conception Bay South. And like Newfoundland people are so stinking nice. It's unbelievable. We were chatting with our friend Steve to let him know, like, hey, you know, we had to motor a little bit. Do you know anywhere else that we can get diesel? And there was a diesel spot here, but it was at a gas station in town. That would have been quite a trek from where we are.
it'd be a 2-kilometer walk one way, so 4-kilometer round trip with some jerry cans.
Yeah.
And Steve's like, no. Let
me see what I can
Let me
do.
see what I can do.
So he just knows everybody on the island, apparently. And then just as we were about to take off this morning to explore, somebody showed up right at the dock and was like, hey, you need diesel? And then drove you out to go
two very
do a
nice
run.
gentlemen drove me to the fuel station and grabbed some diesel. So we're a
So
bit topped
nice.
up now, so we're ready to go. And I think tomorrow morning is looking pretty good. So, yeah.
We've got a day to check out St. Anthony, so let's go. Just checking out the grocery store.
Smells like fresh baked donuts in there, like the good kind.
How do you know it's the good kind?
There's a scent in the donuts.
Up ahead there, that's the floating dock that we read you can potentially tie up to. Could be a little shallower there, though. I think it said 2 to 3 meters.
This dock has water, but no electricity.
And then the dock that we're on has electricity, but no water.
Yeah, I don't know if it's allowed electricity, but the building didn't turn its power off, so I'm pretty sure you can snake some electricity.
We learned that the wharf that we tied onto, it's a public wharf, but it's decommissioned, so it's free. Just kind of like a tie up at your own risk sort of deal, I guess, like everywhere else. We pulled in at 12:30 a.m. and it was really dark and an unfamiliar place, so we didn't want to venture all the way in to check out this floating dock.
If we came in the day yesterday with that no wind, I would have tried here for sure. This is a good dock.
Yeah.
You're a little closer to stuff.
And we're only here for a day, I think, so there's no real sense in moving. We're getting used to tying up to these big industrial docks again. Remember the first time we encountered that was when we went to the Faroes 2 years ago. And we're just a little bit more prepared this time now that we've got the wooden board for our fenders to protect the hull from any tire marks. And I know our hull's not painted, but still on the hull.
Those big black rubber pads, they leave a mark.
Yeah, scuffs. So.
But the thing about some of the bays here in Newfoundland, you can't make water. If you have a water maker, I don't suggest making water in these bays.
No, there's a lot, especially during open recreational fishing season. It's just carcasses and fish guts everywhere.
It's a good thing to know. Make water on the way coming in.
The extent of our exploration in this town of 2,000 was really walking into the main area where we replenished the provisions we consumed on our way here.
Another pot of stew. This is beef stew pot number 3 for how many times we thought we were gonna leave, but this should be the final last one because I'm pretty sure we're already all stewed out, but this is our passage food.
Third time's a charm.
Because we're leaving tomorrow, right?
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, bright and early. I think it's 9 o'clock right now and we're just making this now. Yeah. Our freezers are full, so we thought that stew would be good. We could just leave it in the fridge, but we couldn't freeze the old ones, the old batches. Just had to keep eating it as dinners.
Yeah, we don't have enough room.
Stocked up.
I gotta climb to the top of the mast. It has to be done at night because I want to adjust our spotlights. Right now I had them aimed kind of in front of the boat for the Caribbean so we could see reefs and stuff coming in. But now that we got icebergs and bergy bits, I want to aim the spotlights further out. So hopefully anything white out front of us will light up more.
All right, let's try this again.
In next week's episode, we're departing St. Anthony and point our bow toward Greenland. And this time, we actually make it. We're dodging icebergs and sailing into landscapes so surreal our jaws were permanently on the deck. Greenland is on a whole other level and we cannot wait to share it with you.
This is nuts!
Oh!
Holy cow.
Be sure you've smashed that subscribe button. The adventures are getting out of this world.